selflessness of person. So this is the correct thoughts or not correct thoughts. Yes. This is the we understand. This is the person, right? This is the means like far aggregates, mind, feeling. So it's the we recognize this is the person, but this we understand is correct or not. Yes. So okay, we correct or not? We go to next section, yeah. Here is the selflessness of the self, fixating and clinging as being permanent, singular entity, being me or I, the subjective mind. So this is the selflessness of the person, right? Usually we fixating and clinging, right? Our body, our form, Yes or no? You have any questions there? Thoughts? Do you understand, right? This meaning is? Yes. Yes. Yeah, but we're going to talk about the selflessness of the self, right? But this is we usually thought only this way. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So the fixation of an I come from 7 consciousness, like mana.
What is mana?
Mana consciousness. Based on the 6 senses. I know, taste, feeling, 6.
Yeah, fixating is like, you mean fixating is all the object, everything, like fixating this is my hand. This is my hand. It is usually locked to our body. So this is my hand, this is my finger, this is my head. So fixating, clinging, right? Then also this is my computer. So this is my house. Then this is my family.
But the I is come from the 6 consciousness. Like you have I. You can see, or you can feel, like the prayer wheel, I can see the prayer wheel, but then the 7 consciousness called mana consciousness.
That's called I think 5 senses, right? 5 senses. Yeah, this is the interdependent, that's why clinging to the object, if we have 5 senses. This one specially investigate form, body. Then after you naturally understanding, feeling, so then you understanding other, 5 senses, or it's same logic is moved to each one, next. This one only for first one is only use logic is for form, is body. Yeah, we think that. So, I is like we usually think I is like permanent, right? Singular entity. But that is correct or not? Huh? Not, right? See, that's why it's the fixating and the clinging. It's all the entity, being me or I, the subjective mind. Usually this our thoughts. But this is not correct actually. This is incorrect. Why is this one? Because who usually we recognize I means our five arrogance and the mind, including like then this all the emotion comes from them. This is called I, right? But you look in deeply, where is the I? We cannot see any I there. So these are all the incorrect. Okay.
Excuse me. So
Yes.
I think what you're trying to say is, what we're first trying to do is to identify all the incorrect things that we have been subjecting ourselves to all our lives. So we're identifying that first.
Yes, yes.
And then through the process of logic, we will see how that is all false. So we're trying to identify what we call the self, and then realize that there is a selflessness of that self, and that's what we're trying to develop.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Look at this in its entirety, not just individual slides.
Essentially, it's what we've heard is it's identifying to anything and giving it a label would be incorrect. Because
It's part of the problem.
It's part of the problem. Clinging or identifying yourself as there is a self, but if you look at it objectively, there is really no self. There is no I.
Yes, yes.
Attributes.
Yeah. Okay, so then we go to the next section. So do you understand this section, right? Okay. Then next section, don't look this selflessness of the self, okay? This is just theater. We are just this topic section. So now we investigate that. Okay, here, from the constructions of the self come the emotional poisons. From the emotional poisons comes karma. From the karma comes suffering. Because why is the emotional come? Why is emotional comes? Because the problem is this, you see? This section, right? You are clinging to the object, fixating to the object. Then we also think is the I is always like my I is a singular entity. It's permanent, We didn't recognize that it's actually impermanent, not a singular entity, but we not recognize because fixating and clinging. So that's why then from the construction of the self come to the emotional poison. So emotional poison, right? Poisons, 5 afflictive emotions: attachment, anger, jealousy, ignorance, pride. So that's called the 5 already there? Okay, that's called the 5 afflictive emotions, right? Emotions. We have then 5 afflictive emotion comes. Then from the emotional poison comes karma. Then create the karma. So, see, this all the problem. Where they come from? Is self. Right? We have self, then emotion. Emotion, karma. Karma, then take to the samsara, suffering. So that's why the Buddhism, the Buddha recognized all the problems, sufferings come from the self. Right? Do you understand that, right? Yeah. Actually, the depending really personal, Emotion comes, practitioners they recognize that. Then they recognize emotion that find some solution. They not karma create. Then that means purify anger, purify the like attachment, anything like attachment, yeah? Poison is purifier. Then regular people no recognize emotion comes. Then you follow the act, right? They act, then make the troubles. So then create the karma. Yeah. So actually emotion comes, it's good thing for practitioners. Yes. Yeah, you can practice more. Yeah. Emotion is take to the right path. That's why Bodhisattvas, whose enemy is they recognize as their own guru. The same is the treasure to them, but not for just regular people, right? So that's why the emotion, this all the good thing. We have 5 afflictive emotions. You purify, you recognize that it's become 5 Buddha, 5 wisdom arise. The 5 wisdom, 5 Buddha, where they come from? Because it's purify 5 afflictive emotions. Yeah. So that means poison, right? Poison is transformed to the medicine. Do you understand? I cannot make sometimes the correct pronunciation. Poison, right? Poison, and transform to the medicine. So the practitioners, the transforming, but not the regular people. So that's why we have the 3 yanas, 1st, 2nd, 3rd levels. Okay, so then emotion, poison comes karma. The karma is, say, the Buddhism is not creator gods, because they all come from the karma, means all sentient beings, so many diversity beings, where they come from, because of their own karma, individual karma. The karma, they recognize 2 different karmas, own individual karma and all the beings' collective karma. The 2 karmas. Collective karma is all the same sharing, same thing, environment. And we seeing objects, same thing, right? They call collective karma, because we have a similar karma. That's why we born human beings in this world. That's called collective karma. And the individual karma is, everyone has a different, lifestyle, right? Yeah? Correct, different lifestyle, or what to say? Yeah, different lifestyle. So that's called the individual karma. Collective karma is, we're seeing all the same environment, right? Drinking water, you're seeing all the environment. We're seeing same thing, object. That's called the collective karma. Example, people who was in the same citizen, especially, specifically, same citizen in US, kind of this called this collective karma. So then individual karma is everyone has a different. So nations. Yeah, that's also collective karma. Collective karma. So that's what share the same nation, share the same universal. It's collective karma. We are same. Karma then it's the who create the karma, because we are create karma, right? No one create. We are own creator. That's why we need to purify our own karma. Buddha said he cannot beings karma take away. This is all individual karma. He said, I can show you the path. Whether you want to liberate it or not is up to you. That means he can show the path, but we follow or not is up to us, right? So then that means we have a responsibility, not the Buddha. So it's individual has a responsibility for our own karma. From karma comes suffering. Then karma takes to the birth, right? And the 6 realms. Then each realms has different kind of sufferings. So human beings, we have a birth suffering, old age suffering, sickness suffering, death suffering. No one free from that. Who take the human form, Who took the human form? No one free from that. So same thing also animal realm and the lower realms all have different ways of suffering. They're called samsaric means like cyclic existence. It's follow the karma. No one has choice, just follow the karma where it goes. So karma, then purified karma become liberation means we have choice. Karma meaning is like, what is the layer cause? Karma take to, lower realms, karma can take to higher realms, right? We don't have choice. Yeah? Right? We don't have a choice. The practitioner means they have own choice because they purify karma. They control the mind. Right? My word is correct. They control the mind. We can't control our own mind, right? What happens when we cannot control our own mind? Then fixation object. Then create karma. The fixation object like comes emotion and create karma. Then karma take the realms, right? Different realms reborn. So the practitioner, meditators, control the mind. Meditating meaning is control the mind. So that's why I have many different methods how to control the mind. One day we can control our own mind, then we have a choice. Even when we die, we have a choice whether we want to reborn. Because we already control our own mind, right? We cannot control our own mind. That's why comes dreaming. In the dream, right? That's why comes this all the samsara reborn again and again. It's karmic imprint very strong. Do you understand, right? Okay, so then we go to the next one. The selflessness of the self, the root of all suffering and all negativity is the self. See, everything is come from the self. The root cause of the problems is self. And all negativity is the self, the subjective mind. Every know us, right? Every know us mental state. This word is very difficult to read, even I don't understand the meaning. Every knows mental state. I have actually in Tibetan here, so I can log to Tibetan, and the log here is if also checking sometimes. So are you okay, everybody? Okay, this section? Yes.
So the self is, by definition, is subjective mind, or it is the subjective mind?
It is subjective mind. Self, negativity. Okay, then we go to the next one, yeah? Therefore, the uncautioned assumption of me and mine is nothing but a delusion, see? So we talked like fixation, self, clinging, that's all the delusion. I, like we think about I is one entity, it's permanent. That's also delusion. Therefore the unconscious assumption of me and mine is nothing. Why is it nothing? Because you analyze, investigate, you cannot find, right? Yeah? Cannot find, yeah? You can find or not? No, yeah? And one Malarepa, he has one disciple. He went to see Malarepa, so he asked him teach meditation. Then Malarepa told him, you go back to look where is I, one week, within 1 week. You look to the where is I am. I. So he went to 1 week meditate, he analyzed. Then he come back, he said, yes, it's there, but I cannot caught. I cannot catch. It's really easily lost. It's very fast going, you know. It's a very small, tiny red color. So he said something is there, but this color is red, and it's easy to, you know, go away. So I cannot hold and caught. But actually nothing there really. So it's all the delusion. See, the delusion is, we go back to here. This one, fixating, clinging, right? It's being permanent, singular entity, me or I, the subjective mind. This is all the delusion thoughts. This is the, usually you don't do any analyze, investigate it. Always we think it's I am there, right? Yeah? Relatively, we have this, right? Relatively, we fixate in clinging to object, and then we think, oh, I am one entity. We didn't think about I is many, right? Only one entity. It's singular, permanent. Singular entity, yeah, being permanent. So that is the delusion. So here's no caution is delusion. We should investigate in this way. So now, why is delusion? Look, investigate. Right? We need to investigate this. Concepts and emotions, expressions of the inner subject of mind, let's examine. Concepts is object, right? Experiencing. Emotions, expression of the inner subject of mind, let's examine. We need to use logic, investigate. Okay, then where did the emotion come from? Where come from emotions? Emotion comes from object or mind? Mind, yeah? Mind and object, emotion is the same or different? What is the answer? Same or different? Different. Then if different also has the, how to say, the mind, emotion is different, then why no emotion come from this table? Yeah. The emotion come from this house, table, you know, all the object must come emotion because it's different from the mind. It's logic, you know. Actually, you investigate, emotion is delusion, cannot find. Right? We investigate right now. Where emotion come from? Actually, we say usually, just relatively, we say emotion come from our own mind. So easy answer, right? But that is just you know really analytic. You didn't analyze.
Reaction.
Yeah, because it's this meditation, special insight meditation, take to the nothing is permanent, right? The subject is or meaning is what to say the main point is going to take to the emptiness. Emptiness means like you cannot find anything entity permanent, right? Entity, one singular entity. Non-self, yeah, non-self. See, emotion come from where is we say, okay, mind, then leave that, we can analyze after this. Where is it is located? Where is emotion located? Located here or somewhere. Where is emotion located? Hard to think, right? Where does it go? After where the go emotion? They have place to go or not? Yeah. Where it is to go, right? So if you conclude thoughts or emotions are true minds, as sunbeams are through the sun, it is a fallacy, I think. Fallacy. If you conclude the thoughts or emotions are true minds, okay, so first one, see, emotion come from mind. Like same is the sun and the sunbeam. That's correct or not? See, if we think that the sunbeams are to the sun, it is fallacy because the sun and its rays shine simultaneously. If the sun is caused, the result is sunbeam cannot be together, cannot be simultaneously. Cause, result cannot come together simultaneously, right? Yes or no? Cause, result is the same thing, is together, then cannot be cause and result. Right? Like otherwise, son is come before the father. Yeah? See, cause, result is cannot be simultaneously. You put seeds in grounds, then becomes fruit, right? The different time cannot be simultaneously, yeah? Do you understand this meaning is? Because it's logic. We just not investigate, okay, sunbeam, it's come from sun, it's same. But actually not, because it cannot be simultaneously, cause and result. Yes.
You mean the sun, you would not be able to see the sun if there were not darkness.
No. This meaning is we say emotion. Where did emotion come from, right? Where did the sunbeam come from? Sunbeam come from sun. Sun and the sunbeam are same or different? Different. They not sunbeams come from sun because it's different. Yes.
It's one way to reason, but scientifically, the scientists ways, it takes 8 minutes to the rays to reach us from the sun. So
Yeah.
the sun and the rays at 7 minutes difference.
So that's also the correct, is like relative truth. Because it's, we say all emotion come from the mind. But logically, absolute truth logically, sound is not permanent. Sound also emptiness. So cannot create the sound them too, you know. Like example, where this the screen, these forms come from. Where they come from? It's you say only from the what is it, this light? They come from lights or no? Or come from this projector or this computer? Where they come from? Nothing is like permanently, you know, you can pinpoint it, right? Because it's all interdependent. You cannot point one place, okay, come from this. Everything is interdependent, right? If you comes all this together, everything, you can see this. But actually, you say this is come from lights. Okay, no computer, it's lights is there. This you can see that or not? Cannot see, right?
So you're saying that everything is empty because it is a combination of living parts.
Yes, yes.
Combination of living components.
Yes, yes.
So if these components are separate, there is no one entity.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, no one, any entity. It's everything is a compound of phenomena. Yeah, combination, compounded phenomena. Combination, compound phenomena is emptiness. You investigate, nothing is any essence there. So, okay. The selflessness of self. If you conclude mind and thoughts, mind and emotion are one, who are they one? They one. See, the mind and the thoughts cannot be different, right? But cannot be same. Look this one. Is it that mind appears as thoughts, or is it that thoughts are merged with mind? Which one you going to accept? Cannot accept anything. Because it's emptiness, you know. You try to find something, but cannot. That's what the problem is, right? See, the one.
True, perhaps within each combination, there are combinations. One component has a function. Each component has its own function. The sun has, though it's empty, it has the function of the rays. The rays
Yeah.
have the function of the sun.
That is the relatively, but absolutely nothing there. Yeah, because it's, you see this all, everything comes, this screen, we can show this all, this projector, the PowerPoints, but this we cannot pinpoint one place to locate it. It's all is interdependent, right? That same thing is like, actually the all thoughts come from mind. That's easy to say, that where the waves come from is ocean. Where the fogs come from, in the sea, in the mountain, right? Yeah? So then where the thoughts come from is come from the mind. But that's the relatively. If you investigate, then thoughts, mind is same or different. No different, no same.
What makes it difficult for us to understand is the concept of relative absolute truth. Our minds are so accustomed to the relative truth.
Yes, sir.
It's difficult for us to really recognize the absolute truth. That makes it analytical mind. And you know what absolute truth is, then we will understand.
Yes, sir.
Our mind is so accustomed to relative truth. Our mind itself is limited.
Yeah, this is the Buddha said, because why he have to teach, because our five senses, seeing the form, hearing the songs, they are correct or incorrect. Buddha said incorrect. That's why I have to talk about absolute truth, the reality. So, okay, then try to examine how they are different and so forth. We need to do this actually analytic meditations, meditators. So go one word and meditate a couple of minutes. Like takes, sometimes they meditate hours, days, 1 week, This all the section is very important for meditators. If you investigate everything this, then after you already purify your all obscurations. So today is with teaching, but Kino have time to do meditate, each sections. Usually this section, sit down and low really words, not only that, then just analyze. Okay, then where do the forms that appear come from? Same thing, we talk about emotion, right? Now it's the form. This form, where they come from? Come from mind. Usually we say mind, right? But this one also, Buddhist has 4 schools. They all say different. Where do the form that apple come from? The first one, like Hinayana, has Vabhashika, Satantra, is Buddhism, Hinayana tradition. They say these all forms come from permanent atom, singular, very particular, atom is permanent. So that's all comes together, create the one, this universe, the forms. Yes, a permanent atom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then all these forms, everything come from that, create. Many comes together, But so this is like the causes are like why this table come from, because one permanent atom, like how to say the very small particle, right? Atom. I cannot see, like divided 4 directions. Very small. It is permanent. It's permanent. So that's why they comes many together, create the universe, this table, all these object appearances. But then go up to the Mahayana, the Chitta Matara is mind school, right? The mind school says everything comes from the mind. All is come from mind. That's it, because same is the dream. You sleeping in this very small tiny house. In the dream you can dream big elephant in there. If the object actually cannot fit a big elephant, a small tiny round, but mind projected, you know the object is not permanent. Object is empty. Except the object is permanent. The object is empty because all this comes from mind. Everything, same as the dream. So that's the Chitta Matara view. But then there's a mind can project object because mind has permanent. They accept a permanent mind. Yeah? That's it.
That mind is permanent, not our mind.
No, that means that they're talking about that school is different philosophies. They're talking about just whole, where they come from. This all come from mind. The Chitta Matera said that. But then middle way said this everything, all subject object is come from interdependent. No come from atom. No come from mind permanent. Then mind's the middle way say everything is emptiness. It's always interdependent. Everything is interdependent. If mind is permanent, cannot project object because mind is already permanent. Permanent cannot change. The useless. Permanent means useless. Right? That's why cannot project object. And also the very subtle atom, right? Yeah, atom. They cannot be permanent. They also, if they're permanent, cannot create universal. Because they don't have four directions. How to go to get together? Cannot be get together. It's not directions. This means emptiness. So then, this one is the Mayaminka teaching. So all is interdependent. Nothing is permanent. Then Mayaminka says, in the dream, object is permanent. Subject also permanent. Impermanent. Both is impermanent. When you wake up, no object there, no subject there. True. Wake up, no subject, no object, it becomes all delusion. Both are same. Do you understand? So that's the Buddhism, four different schools. Right now we're talking about Mayaminka way. Everything is emptiness. Nothing is permanent. So that's why no self. Then no mind. Mind is no bigger because mind is also emptiness.
So when we say permanent here, we have to say that it doesn't evolve, it doesn't change. It says rigid, it says the same.
Yes, sir.
And so we say it doesn't means things evolve, things change all the time.
Impermanent means always changing. Yeah.
Evolve.
So actually, we recognize it's the cause, right? Impermanent. Cause impermanent. Like weather is changing, 4 seasons changing, our age is become changing. But this is talking about a very subtle. It's moments changing everything. Use my Yamika logic. This morning, Khenpo Samdup and right now is different. Otherwise, must be same as the morning, drink the tea, there like that. Post. Cannot change, right? So it's already changed. Same is the river, right? River? Yeah, river. Then, river is you go to yesterday and go today, looks same. But not yesterday, water is there, it's already gone. But our perception is same river. So that means the same lineage or John Because we are delusion, no understand, recognize that. Okay, do they come from the mind? Should forms follow where you go? If this appearance comes from our own mind, then where we go, all these objects follow us. Because it's come from our own mind, right? It's not follow us, right? We know that. Otherwise, very hard, right? Always seeing is the same thing. Cannot change. Should forms follow wherever you go. That is thus a fallacy. Yeah? Fallacy is the same as the wrong delusion, right? Okay. On the other hand, if forms do not come from the mind, forms should also continue to appear and be perceived by your corpse even after you die. It's possible or no? See, not possible, right? Yeah, that means forms not come from the object. That means like not both, right? Cannot accept anyone, because nothing is permanent. Everything is emptiness. Everything is interdependent. You got? It's logic, you know logic. When we die, still seeing the appearances? No, right? Yeah. The seeing forms eyeball or mind seeing object. Which one seeing object? Mind seeing object. Yeah. Without eyeball, cannot see object. It's something problem. Eyeball cannot see object. Without mind is there, cannot see object. So, see, that's why some philosopher says object seeing is the senses, eye senses can see object. But some Buddhist philosophers say no, object seeing mind. But Madhyamika says it's interdependent. Really, you cannot say seeing eye, you cannot say seeing mind object. Right? It's all interdependent, and, causes, conditions, all comes together, must be. Otherwise, nothing is permanently can see an object there. Examine, apply to other senses. It is, like we talk about here, forms, right? Know where the feeling come from, like happy feeling, sad feeling, right? Where this feeling come from? Mind? So they're all same thing, you cannot say mind, you cannot say not mind. It's all interdependent, right? So that's applied to other 5 senses. Needed to just use same logic to change it to others. So that's a little bit different. Buddhism believe spirits means like individual perception. Relatively, yes, there has, or individually have a different experiencing. But absolutely, really no spirits is there. Absolutely, even with this, nothing is exist. It's the same as the dream. When you're sleeping, you have lots of dreams. When you wake up, dreams exist or not? No, they're all delusion, right? So right now, what we seeing object, what we thoughts, our feeling, wonder when we wake up, like how to say liberated or Buddhahood. This all is just delusion. Right now we are in the dreaming. Okay.
So how does the mind and the body, it seems like the further you go into this, there's no mind, there's no self, and what exists.
No exist. We're talking about this topic where no exist. Because you analyze, you cannot find anything. Place pointed, right? Our mind is where is located, our mind. You cannot find. 1,000 Buddhas never found their own mind. Because that means like nothing is permanent there. But the mind is projecting samsara and nirvana.
There's also
So
reincarnation is a cycle.
yeah, but that's also the relatively we talk about all sentient beings are reincarnated.
It seems that because reincarnation principle really exists throughout creation.
Yeah, but that is like really not exist. If the consciousness is exist is permanent, cannot be reincarnated. Consciousness is emptiness. That's why it's reincarnated. Consciousness is impermanent emptiness. That's why can going to reincarnated. It's become interdependent, right? Consciousness is exist permanent. Then no reincarnated. Cannot be reincarnated. That's also the in Hinayana, Mahayana has debating together. Like Hinayana tradition, the debate like Nagarjuna is Buddhism philosopher, Mahayana Buddhism philosopher. He wrote emptiness teachings. He talked emptiness. Then Hinayana said, "Oh, Nagarjuna is nihilism. Nihilism, nihilism. Oh, nihilism, yeah, nihilism. Why? Because he taught everything is emptiness, doesn't exist. Then Hinayana say, oh, he no accept the karma cause and the effect. The Hinayana say karma cause and effect is must exist. Then Nagarjuna say also the debating together. Nagarjuna say karma cause is exist permanent. Karma useless. Karma didn't work. It's karma is emptiness. That's why it's karma can, comes fruition or karma can happening, right? Change, change is emptiness. If you understand the emptiness, everything is possible. You accept the emptiness, nothing is possible. So that's why we needed to know what the meaning is emptiness, meaning is emptiness, meaning is everything is just not singular entity, nothing is a permanent singular entity, everything is interdependent, everything is impermanent, interdependent, right? So all its causes, the conditions together comes. Like we seeing forms, form is emptiness. Emptiness is a form is emptiness. Same is the moon is reflect in the water. You seeing moon is emptiness. Emptiness moon is you seeing clearly. Then you investigate the moon is in the water. You take the water and you put in the water. You cannot get because that means moon is emptiness, is not permanent entity exist. Yeah, it's empty, but you seeing clearly there. So like that way, here talking about to say, right now it's like self means far aggregates, right? Far aggregates is self. There's also mistake. We never think it's a 5 selves there. We think about only one self. Usually say together, but together also not possible. Because this is called the table, right? I break down everything, put it together here, you call table or not? Not, right? Together also not good logic. So see, then we using the logic cannot find one self entity. We cannot find one self entity, then how can find 5 there? You don't have like $1 bill, you cannot have $100 bill, right? Yeah. So that's all the logically, you know. That's as a truco is like we all the truco. This talk about this teaching, not talking about somebody only truco. We are just regular people. Talking about this way, everything is the same. Not higher, not lower. We are all is truco because why is we are all truco means we are all reincarnated previous life. So nobody remember. Yeah. So nobody remember because it's the coming imprint. This is why no remember is this needed to talk about the pardo. Why do we are forget? They needed to talk teaching of the pardo, you know. It's very hard then. So that's also the in talk this way. No truco is just it's only the like it's one subject of just how to say relatively right now in this world, you know. But that is the not. This is the philosophy Buddhist general teaching. Actually, in Tibet, the truco system is only like maybe 800, not 800, 700 something, you know, years only. Buddhism is already 200 to 500, yeah. 2,550 or 60 years something already. So that's the difference. Okay, so here then forms should apply to other senses. It's then we think no, just look directly and nakedly at the very essence of mind itself. Is there are waviness, appearance. Is there is an emptiness? It is more of a clarity or more of an emptiness. So you look very deeply, you know, to our own mind. It's not any essence of the mind itself. Is there a waviness? Mind is waviness. Appearance, yes, right? But you use logic, not there, but still have something there. So that is the Buddhism philosophy. Use the logic, you cannot find the mind. It's emptiness. But the still clarity, waviness, present is there, you know. Why is there? Yeah. See, that means only use logic. You go to also sometimes a nihilism too. How is a nihilism? Yeah, nihilism. Cannot be always use logic. But then, what we need to do? Meditate. Look to our own mind. We can get our own experiencing. Like example, son, Ben come to in the room. I use knife. I can cut, right? I cannot cut, yeah? Is shoot gun, can destroy or no? Same thing, you use logic, mind cannot find there, cannot find, right? But some then, if you cannot shoot gun and cannot cut knife, but still is there, right? So same thing. Mind is emptiness because you use logic and investigate, you cannot find, but clarity, vividness is always there. Yeah. So that's why I needed to know about it. If there is an emptiness, is it more of a clarity or more of an emptiness? Nothing is more. You investigate it this way, is emptiness or clarity, is you cannot find anything, essence there. But it is there. Yeah? You okay? Everybody okay? So then we go to next, yeah?
When you talk about clarity of emptiness, it's a sense of being aware of interdependence.
Yeah, clarity, emptiness means like we do like meditate like this way, and it's not locked to the object. Usually, vipassana, we focus on object, right? But this one, not any object. No, we not using any object, and letting go of all the object. Then mind is needed very relaxed, and the calm and the peace. Then same time you lock into the deeply here. Say exactly. See, just look directly and nakedly the very essence of the mind itself. Then you can see clear, but you cannot describe. It's described, yeah. So then this is there, but clear, and you have your experiencing. Clear and awareness. Recognizing, all is very clear, awareness, but nothing any like thoughts, no any object, but it's clear, is empty. Empty is still clear, and it's awareness. So that's the meditation, special insight meditation, when we sit down meditate. Which seems more predominant, clarity or emptiness? Sometimes, when we do meditate, too much investigate, emptiness is predominant. If you don't any analyze, clarity is a dominant. That's also no balance. No balance, right? See, when we do the meditate, it must have to have a balance. It's just same, not dominate anyone, clear or empty, right? So vipassana or something, or it is on inseparability of clarity and emptiness. It is on inseparability of clarity and emptiness. Relax, really examine in this way, not to get trapped in the world of doubt, right? And skepticism make great strides in practice. Any question there? Yes. Oh, you mean seeing object? Actually, really, we cannot say self can see object, because self is you use and investigate, no self there. right? It's always just comes interdependent. Many causes, conditions comes together, then you can see object. Object is appear to us. But then you investigate who's seeing the object. Yeah, who's doing investigate? We doing investigate, right? We are investigate, yeah. We are investigate object, we are investigate our own mind, where is it come from? See, then you know really nothing, no subject there, no object also, who is investigate? Become, that is the you understand emptiness. No one investigate. Because no self there, right? Yeah, then no observer.
Because the body doesn't exist without the mind, and the mind doesn't.
Body, yeah? Yeah. So no subject, no object there. So no object, no subject, right? Usually subject investigate object. But meditate actually not really subject object, but then seeing our own experiencing called the just not really object subject there, but understanding like clearly. They call awareness. Yeah, it's hard to describe because the one in Tibet, the one master, he talked about this emptiness. Really hard to show for people like this way. Example, in nomads, right? Nomads. Yeah, nomads, people stay high mountain and only they take care of the animals. They never, the kids, example, the kids never eat candy. So we cannot describe the kids like candy, because they never eat candy. We talk about candy, that the experience comes yogurt, or maybe milk, or cheese, something, go all this wrong. So sometimes this meditate, this awareness, this kind of experiences, very hard to describe explain absolute truth, because it's sometimes beyond words, beyond described, right? Beyond 5 senses. This comes from our own experiencing through the meditation. Like usually we say a kino hold is not exist, right? If we target something, shoot gun, then exist. If kino shoot gun, kino destroy, then no exist, right? But then sometimes gun shoot, kino destroyed, right? Kino knife, kino cut, but it's still there, yeah? Because there is no object shooting the gun, right? The sunbeam is no object to the knife, no object to shoot the gun, right? Why? It's no form, but we see in sunbeams sometimes form, right? Eye. Same thing. This mind, investigate, use intellectually, not object. Do you understand? Because the scientists see they say no mind. Why they say no mind? Cannot find, yeah. Yeah, they also the Buddha said you use logic and analyze, you cannot find. Yes.
I try to get something, nothing, right?
Yes.
And I can take this table.
Yes.
And this table, without the mind, doesn't exist. But I cannot get the mind. So, even if I haven't physical experience.
Right.
It doesn't mean that it exists, because it exists only because of the mind.
Can you say again that?
It doesn't make sense. But if I try to get an object,
Yes.
it can't be.
Yes, sir.
I cannot get it.
Yes. Yes, sir.
But I can get this table.
Yes.
The reason I get this table is because of my mind.
Uh,
I feel it because of my mind. But at the same time, I cannot find the mind.
yes.
So, it's in even what our physical experiences and our mind.
But example, you can take this table, right? But some who has realization emptiness, they cannot take table. Table also like emptiness there. You know. Example in Tibet, Malarepa, and another Pompo, the scholar yogi, the debating, and Mount Kailasha in Tibet. You know the very famous mountain, Mount Kailasha. They're debating, you know. They fight this mountain. Some Malarepa say belong to him, others say belong to him, you know. Then they use logic, you know, the debating and use power, showing the power. So the others say the sky is emptiness. Malarepa say not emptiness, it exists. Others say no, it's emptiness. Then Malarepa hold the sky, he kick the hammer, you know, like same as the table. So then the other guy say is the rock is exist. Malarepa say rock is not exist, the rock mountain, right? Because he flew through the rock mountain. So then what are we going to say? Yeah. It's dependent, you know, it's all that you have realization is your seeing object is become different. So then another example, Malarepa, he's always with him, is Rechompa, is disciple. So Rechompa, he went to India, he studied philosophy. So Malarepa asked him, you don't need to study that, the Rechompa, he wanted to debate for some, you know, some philosophers in Tibet, because some philosophers, the Malarepa no accept yogi. The thoughts, oh maybe he's something, we don't know him, you know. Then Rechompa seeing his Lama is Buddha, right? But then Rechompa really angry with others. So then he wanted to debate them. He don't have philosophy background. He wanted to go to India, learn philosophy, the logic, and come back in Tibet. There he wanted to debate with them. So then he went to India. He come back in Tibet. Malarepa received him when he get in the first time in Tibet from India. Come back. So then he carried so many different books. So then Malarepa told him, you go to get the fireworks. You know, they're going to make the tea, you know, and the just outside place, right, in the flat outside. Rechompa went to outside, and Malarepa showed some magic power, and so many different wild animals. So Rechompa seeing that, and he just forget to get the fireworks. Then Malarepa make the fire, and he burned his mostly books. You know, the Malarepa thought that mostly is not necessary, no useful. So Rechompa very angry, upset. Then he followed Malarepa, but he really didn't want to follow him, you know. So he also become some thoughts, maybe my Lama has jealousy or something, you know. Then he followed. Then on the road, Malarepa found the home on the road. Malarepa asked him, Rechompa, you carry this horn, we need. Then Rechompa still very angry, but he carried because he thought my Lama is something wrong. Because sometimes he don't need anything. No, just ask, carry the ya home, not useless like this kind of things, right? It's necessary. It's something, he taught Milarepa wrong something. Then they went together. Milarepa is very wide place, you cannot hide any place. Milarepa use power something, comes thunderstorm, heavy thunderstorm raining, and then this, big wind. So then Milarepa right away he get into the ya home. Right? Ya home. Rechompa he don't have a power to do that because he don't have realization emptiness. For him, is ya home is too small for him. His body is too big for him, right? Milarepa's ya home is and not exist. His emptiness, his form is not exist, emptiness. Because his realization, he can get into the ya home. So then his thunderstorms become a little bit clear, and the wind is a little bit more calm. Rechompa thought Milarepa is wind blow away. Because wind is strong, right? Rechompa think Milarepa is already wind blow somewhere because he's too small body. Then he heard the song, the realization song. Rechompa hear sound somewhere, the like singing, sing. Then he looked everywhere. He cannot see, but songs clearly hear his sound. Then he looked, his ya home is only there. Then he ya home is there. He looked there. His Milarepa is inside the ya home. He's no smaller. His form is just perfectly fit there. Then Milarepa told him, if you are same as the guru, come into the ya home. Then Rechompa thought, oh, maybe I can go to ya home because he cannot. His body is too big, right? So that's all the emptiness because our perception, this table is exist. It's big. This is small. That's why we can put top of the table. Exist for us. This is smaller, this is bigger. Table is bigger, right? But who has realization that don't have any like this kind of perception, right? See, that's why one atom can feed 1,000 Buddhas. You can imagine that one tiny atom, then 1,000 Buddhas in top of there. You understand that or no? Yeah, but how can feed? Because 1,000 Buddhas' body is small atom, is too small, right? Not possible, yeah? But it's not exist. In this computer, I have 1,000 pictures in the people's phone. There is in there. Right? Okay, like this kind of way, we needed to think about emptiness means. Examining this way, not to get trapped in the web of doubt and skepticism, make great strides in practice. This okay, yeah? Then phenomena refers to, okay, this is the order like investigate our form and body, selflessness of a person. So just generally we say where is the I am, look to our own body. You look all the investigate your from crown to and feet between. You cannot find any place located I am, right? Like example where I usually think, oh, I'm Khenpo Samdup, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm hungry, right? So where is that? You investigate, you cannot find any place. You didn't find because that means it's emptiness. But we not recognize, we always think I am. It's fixating, right? Fixation or something, clinging to our body. But actually not there. If we do meditate that selflessness of self, then it's no clinging there, no cling to our body. Then No clinging our own body, no coming these emotions. No comes emotions, then no karma there, right? No karma. That means like liberated. Liberated from samsara, but the liberation has two different. Buddhahood, liberation, you know, the nirvana Buddhahood. The liberation, first one, who has selflessness of self-realization, that person is free from samsara, but not Buddhahood. Like example, arhats. You know arhats, and sometimes Pakchika Buddha is different. That kind of realization. Then they no need to reborn again in samsara, because no karma, no cause, they no coming the result, right? No need to reborn. So then selflessness of phenomena. Why that person is not become Buddha? Because that still they didn't have realization, selflessness of phenomena. Selflessness of phenomena means not only our own body, selflessness of person, the understanding. Everything is emptiness. You know, subject, object. So that's called the selflessness of phenomena. Phenomena refers to the outer phenomena and to the inner subject, mind. Phenomena is the grasping and fixation to the subject-object duality of inner subject and world out there, the self of phenomena. So this is the self of phenomena is like explain. Inner subject mind, phenomena is the grasping and the fixation to the subject-object. Then duality of inner subject and the world outer there, the self of phenomena. You understand, right? Any questions there? Lunch break? 5 minutes. Needed to think more. Another 5 minutes. Phenomena refers to the outer phenomena and to the inner subject, right? You have any question there? Do you understand, right? What means the selflessness of phenomena? Selflessness of phenomena means we have recognized this emptiness, so that's then selflessness of phenomena. You recognize subject, mind, object, or this appearance are emptiness. Okay, then we go to next one. According to ultimate truth, everything that falls into the sphere of the self-nature of phenomena is nothing outside of or apart from mind. So this is the use of the logic and the Mayaminka investigation object, where the object come from. Like before we talked about subtle, like atom, right? Create the object. But then investigate the whole to subtle, what is a subtle particle? Yeah, the whole create the object. Not possible. So they all investigate using the logic. Then example, where this table come from? What is this called the table? This all the four legs and the top part, everything is put together, it's called table. But then we no use logic, it's called table. But investigate, table is this leg or this top part. Where is the table? You investigate. Cannot find any place located the table. Then also our perception, this is a table for us. Some other beings perception, what is this? Maybe house, maybe food. Yeah, no table anymore there. Its table is permanent entity, right? Entity exists. Then every beings, all the beings need to seeing its table. Why all the beings not seeing the table? Because different perception table is not exist. It's only our own perception. Then we investigate our own perception, but really investigate the part of this earth everywhere. You cannot find any place located table, right? Same thing our body. Same thing is like car, you know. The car is like you drive the car. It's all everything is in their cause condition there you can drive. But when you investigate, which is important? Some people say tires are very important. Some people say engine is important. Some people say oil is important, right? Gas. If something no there is no work. See, this all is interdependent. Nothing place located like a whole power there, right? That means that everything just comes together and it's interdependent. No permanent there, entity, anything. So that's why everything that falls into the sphere or this hard to pronunciate of the seven nature of phenomena is nothing outside of or apart from mind. So then we investigate, they come from object or they come from mind. The similar idea before use logic, selflessness of person. This one just differing the subject, selflessness of phenomena. Very similar logic. Investigate. Cannot find it, right? Where is the car? Your car is cannot pointed, right? Or so many parts, so many different sections. So all is important, right? So actually you use logic, investigate and cannot find any place, the car, person, object, anything. Because this all just interdependent, emptiness. Okay, so we take break here. Exactly 12 o'clock. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Come back here is 2 o'clock, right? 2, yeah. 2 o'clock.
Anybody please stay here for lunch?
We have lunch, right? Yes or